Hello, welcome to the Managing Drought in the Southern Plains webinar series. This is a short briefing describing the conditions of the drought in the Southern Plains and the changes that have happened recently. We have a full webinar series and hope you'll join us for the next one, second Thursday of each month. This is brought to you by the Southern Climate Impacts Planning Program, NOAA, National Integrated Drought Information System, and the National Drought Mitigation Center. We've had a lot of changes in this last week. Another big rainfall and snowfall event across most of Oklahoma and Kansas. The exceptional drought area in south central U.S. has been reduced almost by half, with some reduction up in Kansas as well. There's cool weather on tap for this weekend with another chance of precipitation looking in a little bit longer range, and some cool weather kind of hanging around, it looks like, perhaps through the end of March. We'd also like to draw attention to our Southern Drought Outlook and Assessment Forum being held in Goodwell on March 7th, and hope you will join us. This is the fifth of the series that we've had from across the region, dating back to 2011. We'll discuss the evolution and outlook and also impacts that are important to the region. Please RSVP to the Oklahoma Extension Center at 580-349-5440. This is the map of rainfall that we've had across the region from this last storm, and you can see some areas upwards of 3 to 4, even 5 inches of precipitation. A lot of this is snow as well. Some of the snow hasn't melted, but a very widespread event, very welcome, and right in the heart of the drought area. Much of that came as snowfall. Looking back just 2 weeks ago, there was almost no snowfall in this area at all, and now there's more than 10 inches across Kansas, Missouri, and parts of western Oklahoma, where there are several instances of blizzard conditions. So this has really helped the snowpack, and hopefully it will help the winter wheat conditions as well and prepare pasture as we go into spring. The Drought Monitor map this week does look a lot different in two areas. One across the midsection of the country, a lot less of the deep red, the D4 exceptional drought. We'll take a look at the region more closely shortly. And also a reduction of drought along the east coast into Georgia, looking a lot better as well. Here in the south central U.S., a lot of the D4 was eliminated out of Oklahoma. We're still maintaining the D3 and D2 areas because the reservoirs have not shown much of a response yet to the precipitation. It's going to take a while to recharge some of the soil conditions there. So we look up into Kansas, we see that a lot of the D4 across Kansas has also been eliminated. Not much or really any improvement yet in Nebraska, even though they've had some beneficial snows. We have to see how this is going to work in their hydrologic system and recovery as they go into spring. You can see a lot different pattern in the departures from normal precipitation. We did change to percent of normal here instead of departures because some of the dry areas don't really show big departures, but percentage wise it's been pretty good. The northern part of this region has really benefited, although you can still see some of those long-term effects, especially in New Mexico, which really has missed out on both of these recent events as well as the long term, and they're having some troubles. In the next 5 days, we're looking at kind of a cool dry pattern. Those blues on the temperature map showing some cool weather and most of the precipitation off to the east. Although beyond that, we do see some hints of above normal precipitation across the eastern U.S., so perhaps another storm system coming through. Generally cool conditions persisting in the region, but this pattern has been very beneficial to helping erode some of the drought conditions. Looking in the longer term, the next update for the 3-month outlook will be on March 21st, so this won't change for a while. It did show that they're expecting warm conditions to eventually build back in and drier weather, at least a transitional area around here, and then that's reflected in the Drought Monitor, expecting conditions to persist through the end of May. But the good news is that we've had some improvement in the short term. The question is going to be how the spring precipitation holds up. We invite you to look at a number of these resources. We put these videos as well as previous videos and full webinars on our website on southernclimate.org, and a number of our partners who have a lot of great information to help with the drought. So please visit us, and we look forward to speaking with you again in the future. Thank you and have a great weekend.